Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to teach you how to do here is add windows and doors to your classroom setup. But before we even start that, let's make sure we're saving our project. So we're going to go up to File, Save As, and we're going to save as a project. And then on here, you're actually going to go to My Computer. And under network location, you should see your name listed there, or your initials and your lunch ID. If you double click it, you get into your network name. You're going to go down to File Name, and you're going to type down Classroom Revit, and then hit Save. And as we continue to work on your classroom project, make sure that you continue to save. These computers do not automatically save for you, and this is not a Google Doc where it will automatically do it for you. So what we want to do now is we want to exit out of our 3D view so that we can add some more items into our floor plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to Floor Plans here and click Level 1, and we're going to double click. And you should see on your screen that it turned it back to that 2D view. And we're going to come up top here, and we are going to go to Architecture, and then that takes you back to all of our items here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enter in doors. So we're going to click Door, and you'll see the properties are still showing from when you did the wall ones. So now you guys should have measured the doors and should have gotten those measurements already. So I'm just going to estimate one here. If there is not a door that is the measurements of ours, I will show you how to fix that in 1 second. So first I'm going to show you how to put in a door, and then if there is not one that's the measurements that you need, I will show you how to fix that. So I want to put in a single flush door. What I want to do is, if this is my exterior wall, we have one door here. We have one door here. There's 4 doors total that we have to put in. So if we're going to do the door to the back room here first, what we want to do is we're going to click on the line here. Now if you notice, the door right now is swinging open to the right, and this door actually swings into the back room. So it swings this way, and it swings to the left. Now, in your classroom measurements, you should have figured out exactly where those doors are. And what you can do is as you drag it along, you can see the measurements start showing up there from the wall to there. And so you're going to get kind of close. So let's say it's 4 feet. I'm going to click there. And once you click, the door is placed. Now you can fix this number. If it is, let's say, 3 foot 4 inches from the wall where the door is, if I click that number, I can fix it and change it. Okay, now I'm going to add in our other door, which is over here. Now this one swings the other way. If I want to switch which direction it's swinging, I'm going to actually set it kind of where I want, and I'm going to hit the space bar on your keyboard. And when you hit your space bar, it actually changes which direction the door is swinging open. So I'm going to click here, and I can see my measurements down here. And I can click on this one, and let's say it's actually 8 foot 9 inches away from the wall. Now I have that measurement where that door is. Okay. Now this door might be a different size, so I can change the sizes as I'm entering the doors in. And again, it's swinging the wrong way. Where the line is, that's the door, and where the arch is which way it's swinging. So right now it's swinging actually towards the iPods and the printer, and we don't want that. We want it to swing towards the wall. So I just hit the space bar again to turn it, and now we've got that door. And then if I go to the back room here, I can enter in my door there. And if you ever need to adjust your view, if you hit the scroll bar here and scroll up and down, that kind of helps you look at it a little bit better. Okay, so if I need to add my last door in here, it swings this way. If I click it, and I made a mistake. So the nice thing about Revit is just like SketchUp, it has an undo button up here. So if you do something wrong, if you go up to there and undo it, it takes it away. Okay, so I'm going to add my door in again. Now it's facing the wrong way, so I'm going to hit the space bar. Click once and it goes there. Now if I need to adjust the measurements of where it is, okay, I'm going to do that. Again, these are just numbers I'm throwing in here. They aren't exactly measured. And there I have all of my doors entered into my classroom. I'm going to go up. I'm going to hit save. And I now have my doors in. The next thing that we're going to do in this video is add our windows in now. And this classroom, lucky you guys, has a ton of windows. So you should have kind of drawn them into your engineering notebook sketches already and measured them, which I'm sure was a lot of fun. But we're going to go back to Architecture tab up here, and we're going to click Window this time. Oh, before I do that, forgot I said I was going to show you how to change the door. So if I go back to the door and I hit Edit Type, what happens is this screen pops up, and on this screen, okay, I can change the measurements on it. So if I click this tab down, it still shows all the same measurements. But if I come down here, this is where I can manually fix the dimensions. So if my door is a different width, so let's say it's actually a 4-foot, 2-inch door, and my height is 8 feet. Okay. I can fix those there. Nothing else here you need to worry about. And then I hit OK. Now you've got that door. You can see it's slightly bigger. If I go to my View tool, and if I go to my 3D, now you can see all your doors are in here. Okay, as you cycle around on your doors. Alright, so now we are going to add windows. So we are going to go back to our views, get it out of 3D. So we're going to click the floor plan, click level 1. Talking about views here, we don't have a second level, so we aren't going to really use that. You can also access your 3D view if you click over here as well. You can see it just changed on my screen. If you want to see just the east view, so this shows you kind of the height of the ceiling. We're not going to worry about that with this Revit drawing, but that shows you the east view, the north view, the south view, and the west view. So those just give you some different view options. So if I go back to my floor plan level 1, now what we are going to do is add our windows in. Okay, so we are going to go up to Architecture. We're going to click Window. And now we have all of our windows here. So you guys might have to choose certain windows. I'm not too concerned with you getting it exactly right, but it should be pretty close. Especially if you finish early, you can go back and fix these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my fixed window, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my exterior windows first. And they aren't quite like this. So we're going to go to Edit Type. Now the height of those windows, if I had to guess, maybe 2 feet, but our width is much different. Our width might be like 3 feet. And you guys will have these exact measurements. Okay? So if I change those in my properties and hit Apply and hit OK, now my window is something different. So, and if I plug them in, what I'm going to do is click once, and I'm just going to keep clicking. And they kind of all sit right next to each other. Oops, made a mistake, so I'm going to do Edit Undo. And what you're seeing here, as I do this, is this one is kind of facing the other way, and these are all facing this way. If I go to my 3D view, which I always like to reverse between them so that you can see different things with your 3D view. Okay, so if I change it to my 3D view right now and turn it so I see those windows, okay, you can see that one of them is facing differently than the others. And what you can do, so this one is actually facing the right way with the window pane out, and these all have them inward. So you can click on it, and you can either, up top here, you can either modify them, or you can just delete it, which is probably the easiest thing at this point. And the way you get them going different ways is you hit the space bar just like the doors. So I've got my one window, and you can actually, in this 3D view, you can move it all the way up because these are up really high in our classroom. So you can move them up. And then you can actually add some more windows in. So if I go to add another one in, I'm going to go to my level 1 floor plan. Okay, I'm going to edit the type. Oh, I got to hit window again. Got to go up top here, hit window. Okay, it should have automatically saved, and it did, my other window that I just added in. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to come back here. And you can see as the blue lettering is turning, which way the window is going. So I can either have it go this way, which is the way I want. So if I run my marker on the line, which way I want it facing, that'll make it go outward. So I've got my other window there, my other window, my other window, my other window. So right now I got that whole line of windows up there, and you guys will do a more accurate job than I'm doing right now. And if I want to look at them now, I go to my 3D view, and you can see my windows all lined up. Now I can move them to be up here. And you can move your windows wherever you want. The reason that other one didn't show up is because it is trying to make it go on the second floor. So if you overlap things, it's going to cause issues, and it'll make it orange like that for you. So you can go back, hit undo, and then move them. Just moving all my windows up. And again, you guys we're going to get more and more detailed with this as we keep building stuff. And I'm just going to delete this guy down here. So now I've got my windows up top. Okay. I can, if I go to one of the views here, if I go to the north, the reason those windows are showing up so high is my ceilings are higher than 10 feet. So if I want to bring this down to 10 feet, then it'll just be all one story. And I just got to make sure in all my views that I do that. If I bring it down to 10 feet, and then you just got to bring your windows down. Again, this is something you don't have to do, but if you're somebody who wants to get things a little bit more accurate, you can do that. Okay, so I've got my west view. Now I'm going to bring my ceiling all the way down to 10 feet. And then I can move my windows a little bit up higher. And do what I just did. And again, the easiest way to learn Revit is just to keep messing around with it. It's kind of like SketchUp from last year.